Oh my god, I literally just disappeared for a moment because I need to get some more water. Okay, hey everybody. Hi, Cat B. Hi, Pochik. I see you guys already here. Hello everybody. Welcome to today's writing stream. Today, actually was supposed to have happened 2 weeks ago. Unfortunately, I fell sick on that time, so I'm now back here and I'm now ready to actually host an actual collab for writing. Now, I wouldn't lie, I'm not gonna lie, I have no script for this. Like all my writing corner streams, I have literally no script for anything at all. No, nada. I have literally how do you say, I don't come up with like a line of questions because the writing corner, as you guys know, you can always just tell I have questions ready, right? But even then, like most of the questions are just out of my head. So yeah, tonight we're not gonna play any video games. Welcome to the third episode. Is this the third episode of the Writing Corner? Yeah, this is the third episode of the Writing Corner. So welcome everybody. This time our guest today is Mr. Cornelius Low, professional wrestler from Malaysia, who I actually met the other day at a certain convention. But other than that, I did manage to talk to him a little bit, and I'm super excited to actually get this underway because, you know, it's like you're sitting on something with kind of like a tense, anxious anxiety. Yeah, basically I've been waiting for this for a very long time because not only was I supposed to actually do this before I go on break, I was also supposed to do this when I was like at a time where I was still working, so I had like things going on my head where I had like I had a lot of ideas, and it has taken me a very long time for me to put all of this into effect. So for this to actually still happen even until today, I'm actually really happy that Cornelius is up for it, and that I find myself up for it, even though right now, yesterday, my throat is still under the weather. I'm not exactly too sick anymore to warrant shorter stream, so we can do this until like 10:30 or so. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll get more into the content later, but for those who are coming to the stream and those who are new to my stream, welcome. I'm Eiten Dylus. The writing corner is how you say it, is basically it's a place where I invite people, other guests over to come and collab with me in terms of writing stories. You know how like people invite others to like collab games, like me and Kitsu earlier on. Yeah, this is like that, but we actually take turns writing each paragraph. So the writing corner, I feel like, is a very unique aspect because the only person I actually see doing this back then, at least like recently, was Rio the Wolf when he did his stream with Akate and Haniro. So basically, I like to take this time to say the writing corner is not only for me to collaborate with people. It is also because I want to know more about the people in the community that I'm like into, you know, the VTubers, because a lot of VTubers tend to be very talented writers, but writing visually is hard to follow, so everything mostly is just conversation and music. So the collaboration tends to help because then we can make writing into something genuinely fun. So without further ado, let's get this out of the way. I want you guys to know how I want to know how you guys are doing. My voice is very strained right now, actually. Not strained. It's just that I'm trying to ask quite a few questions. Again, I don't have a script. I don't try to follow a script, so everything will be natural today. So I hope you guys are doing fine. I hope you guys have had lunch, I had breakfast, and that you have had, you know, you're feeling fine, you're little goosed up, you're a little excited for sit down and listen to a wrestler and a mercenary. I'm gonna put a mask a little bit because I'm getting spit everywhere. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so just sit down, relax. Now, without further ado, after I ask how you guys are doing, we're gonna get into the writing section. Alright, here we go. Give me a second. There you go. You can see our basic writing outline. This is the writing collab document. So usually what happens here is that we quite literally just take our time to just write as you can see here, 15 minutes for basic outline. So I'll introduce Mr. Cornelius in a little bit, but chat will be turned off now. I'll be seeing your chats through another window. So yeah, stick around and find out, and stick around and see what we come up with. And right now, I will introduce Mr. Cornelius. Hello. Hello. Uh-oh.
Introducing from Damansara Uptown Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
His voice rumbles with thunderous fury as he introduces himself to the stage of the pen and pen side. I don't even know. Welcome, Mr. Cornelius. I see you have made a grand impression on
495 Times New Roman text documents. He is your fellow Uptown lowlife. Yes.
Oh my god, I have to say, first of all, your effort at rolling your tongue is amazing, Mr. Cornelius.
No.
Oh,
Dude, why are you interrupting me? What's going on?
I'm so sorry!
I thought, okay, I'll give you a little space to do this and that, but then now you just like interrupting my flow, my dude, my mercenary dude.
I'm so sorry.
I'm on a mission. Come on now.
Yeah,
Let's get down to Slam Town.
Alright, I will admit, Mr. Cornelius, I have overstuck myself, so I'd like to give you the opportunity to professionally open yourself up to everybody and finish up what you were saying.
Like, my heart?
Yes, open up your heart.
Ew.
Yeah, so I can eat it right now.
Well, if it's to you, that's fine, but if it's to chat, like, ew.
Ew. Ew.
Like, hello, like, donation run, come on.
Come on. You see, only friends get to eat each other's hearts, okay? So
Exactly.
So Cornelius here is my friend. So what I do is, if he dies, I have like a written notice here. So it's like a organ donation thing. Except it's not gonna replace my heart. I'm actually gonna use it to make my my next meal.
Oh, excellent! I do believe I am delicious.
I believe I call it the lector contingency.
Ooh, interesting. Yes, it is. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, good evening, everybody. My name is Cornelius. I'm a professional wrestler turned VTuber of all things.
Yes. So yes, as Mr. Cornelius has introduced himself, as you can see, he's got a wonderful personality that does not like to be interrupted. Don't make the same mistake I do when I spoke. So when he's on his stint, don't interrupt him. Or as what he'll do is he will take you by. Can you describe to us one of your moves if you were grappling somebody on the ring?
Bribery.
You what?
Bribery.
Oh, okay. So that's what happened. Bribery. I see.
Oh yeah. I decided to workshop this strange technique. It may seem like it's on the illegal side, but like I do notice like some wrestlers have some success with, and I actually nearly stole the win with that actually in a recent match in Singapore actually.
Ooh. Yeah.
Who knew that Singapore officials can be corrupted? Not this one here, but I tried. It actually worked out, sort of. I was in a triple threat match. It was mad.
Yeah, that's something new from me as well. I don't really know much about Singapore itself. All I do know is that where it was a mechanical hellhole. So thank you for enlightening me.
Yeah, we seem to have like they seem to have like a chicken shortage or something like that. But it's fine. They'll learn to drink. They'll learn to enjoy piss from other countries. It's fine.
Yeah, no problem. It's okay. Drinking piss is fine. As Bear Grylls has demonstrated, that drinking piss, if properly filtered, can be very good for a human body. You know.
Indeed.
Yes.
Many martial artists actually do the same. Yes.
All right.
And other folks of other professions, but we don't need to get into that. All right. Weren't we supposed to like do something today? Tonight, Dylus, my dear.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Cornelius. We're actually supposed to do something tonight, and what I've invited you for is to join me, not a very established writer, to join. No, it's okay. I'm just being humble, okay? Other people out there, they will go out on a limb and say, I am the best. I am the greatest at what I do. While there is a lot of confidence there, my line of work has taught me to be humble. Offer your services, but never overexpose yourself, because someone will shoot you in the head when you're least expecting it, or probably when you're monologuing. So we will move on. And what I've invited here for today is to write a story with me, a short story within the span of an hour and a half. So what we see here on the documents for everybody to see is a basic outline that may or may not have been conducted by us. We don't know who wrote this. We believe it may have been a bald person who ran off into the back rooms, and I believe he was wearing a white shirt, and he called himself Mr. Clean. Maybe that's why his name is here. Anyway. So we are going to spend 15 minutes writing up a basic outlines, and after the 15 minutes is done, we are actually going to continue on to the main story, which I'll put here, main writing. And Mr. Cornelius, and I don't believe I briefed you on this, but we are actually going to take turns writing, actually, which is the main collaborative joint part of this. So once
I see.
So once you start with one paragraph, let's say you start with the beginning, you will move on to me, and then vice versa until time is up.
I see. Now, some of you folks may be like wondering, like, what is the professional wrestler VTuber doing in the writing corner? After all, I should be busting heads, not writing sonnets. Right. So, where does this come from? Well, you have to understand, folks, that this lowly one here is called the Uptown Lowlife for a reason. I may be a lowlife, but I live the high life. I like my literature. I like my high art, and I've actually written a fair number of things myself over my lifetime. Indeed. Nothing got published, obviously, because my genius is not recognized for some reason. But I like to think that a story to be written in an hour.
Yeah, there's always a story to be shared by everybody, and not everyone's story ends up getting published. The lucky ones.
Yeah, 3. Yeah.
I mean, I've been looking for a place to publish my works, but it looks like Wartime Trauma may not sell that well. So I'm getting the flashbacks now. Oh shit.
Wartime Trauma smut.
Sex on the battlefield tends to be fairly common. I have to discipline the soldier. I have to discipline the mercenaries about that. So it's a battle of primal instincts, and it's very fascinating.
Yes.
To encounter.
Imagine now the cover of you, half naked, holding a big light machine gun between your legs, hair swirling with the winds as the chaos of the chaos soldiers, of the chaos marines all around you, also half naked.
All right,
half nakedness.
Yeah, half naked. Otherwise, without the mention of the chaos space marines and whatnot, you'll probably be describing the plot to Rambo.
Ooh, sexy Rambo.
Yes, Rambo. Who's the actor for Rambo again?
Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester.
Hello.
Oh no, I'm so sorry because I made a decision. I was thinking of another person, Arnold Schwarzenegger, for some reason.
What? How dare you associate Arnold with Rambo? Wow.
No.
The history
I'm so sorry.
The history between those two.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I apologize for my misinformed pop culture knowledge, because as I've remembered, they did fight each other in the hit fighting game Mortal Kombat 7? 11? 7-Eleven?
Did they? Oh yes. I think they were in the same video game. Yes. I guess it was a recent thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's a Rambo DLC for Mortal Kombat 11, as well as a Terminator DLC, actually. So you can technically put Arnie against Rambo.
I didn't even think of that. Why didn't that not cross my mind?
Aha! There you go. So
that's a little advertisement for you there. NetherRealms Games. I think that's the game dev.
Ed Boon, we're out here advertising for you.
Yeah.
The money bags are wagging, coming my way.
Excellent, excellent.
All right. So, would you like to start off with the ideas first? And before we can get into that as well, the writing corner is also a place where I also like to learn more about people who come along, who are into the writing profession, or at least like into the writing. So throughout the writing corner, throughout the basic outline, I may ask you a few questions like how do you develop yourself, and how do you develop yourself into the person that you are today? How do you get your nickname, the upper class low life, and
Uptown low life. Thank you.
uptime,
Uptown.
uptown,
It's like the word uptown girl. You know, it's the exact same word. Okay. You know,
uptown girl.
She's
Living in an uptown
uptown
world. Yeah, I understand. It's just that I haven't been around uptowners a little bit. You know, mercenary life tends to put us at the middle rung. Not a lot of people like us, but we're around for good reasons. You know. So the uptowners, they don't like us. They don't like bloods on their fancy little costumes. Don't know.
But then again, I am the uptown low life, so I am a walking contradiction my entire life. So like, I'm here, I am there, I am everywhere, all at once.
Yes, no problem. I mean, like, I did deal with some outtowners, but they were Yakuza men, and I think they're all dead now. Don't worry about it. I won't kill. I won't kill anyone today. Or will I? But anyway, let's go on. How about you start off the basic outline with your next train of thought after Mr. Clean is the overlord. I swear, I'm gonna get my security staff to I'm gonna get my comrades to come and find whoever wrote this. I swear.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so we have. So let's just read out the first 4 lines. First, the trail of emo doo-doo. Honestly, I don't know what came over me in writing this. I think I just wanted to like just toss this line out here just to see if it worked on if I could like write anything on this document, and turns out yes I could, and they accepted that is a trail of emo doo-doo, and that Big Chungus is a wrestler. So put 2 and 2 together. He's a wrestler that leaves a trail of emo doo-doo. The doo-doo is obviously a trail, and it is quite emotional for some reason. Yeah. We're not sure exactly if this is like doo-doo that is emotional, like personifically is emotional, or if because he's emotional, therefore there's a trail of doo-doo. We'll get to that in due time. And therefore, yes, he poos on the ring. I think that's his gimmick, basically. So, oh god, he is literally a bit of a shithouse to wrestle with, I suppose.
Yes.
And Mr. Clean is his overlord. Just give me some context here, Dylus. What do you mean by overlord here?
Basically, what I'm envisioning, what my brain is envisioning, is that I believe that you have a handler, right? You have like someone hosting you, just like I'm looking at it from a perspective of a mercenary commander, because commanders have contingents. We have men to run, we have logistics to run, and I believe you are on the front lines. Basically, you are the soldier, and there has to be commander. So, in this case, the overlord is that commander, and it is like his sponsor, basically, Mr. Clean.
Okay, sponsor. Yes. I believe Mr. Clean, he owns a power wash company. So like after his match, there'll be like a deep cleanse of the ring, maybe around the audience as well. Because you know, when there's a trail of doo-doo, there will surely be what's the word I'm looking for? Fragments of doo-doo fragments.
Speckles, I believe.
Speckles, yes, speckles. You know, on their faces, in their mouths. So like, you gotta power wash it, like the game Power Wash Simulator. Except it's not a simulation; it's literally doo-doo on your faces. So, scrub it down. So that's sort of thing. Okay, so next up, let's see. Okay, we have like sort of like, in many ways the status of this. Let's see. What we need something to shake things up.
Yes.
We need something to shake this up.
And I'm gonna shake the timer. Here we go. All right, 15 minutes.
Right, we have
15 minutes to figure out what our basic outline is.
Let's go. Okay. So we have like the establishment. Now we need something. Now we need to throw a wrinkle into this. Oh shit, I forgot my basic story arc. What's the word again? The twist. Not the twist.
Not the plot twist. You mean like the story progression, like the story flow?
Yes. What's something that happens early on that like takes things for a turn, or sets the story?
I believe it's not conflict. Conflict is like the mid part. Stories usually have a beginning conflict and then an end. But let me see.
What's the word?
A catalyst.
Catalyst. Okay, that's
that's the right one.
So we need a catalyst. So okay, so we have so this is obviously a pro wrestling story because this is a wrestler.
Yes.
What's the genre?
I was thinking, because I am from a world that is populated by science things that you normally find science fiction, except they work in my case. So I was thinking of
Alien sci-fi. Let's go.
Okay, so
Wait, sorry, alien sci-fi romance.
yes, exactly, space wrestling.
Yes, I mean after all, pro wrestling is just macho opera. So
Yeah.
let's just bring in space opera into it. So now it's macho space opera.
Yes, there you go. So it's basically like it's gonna be kind of like. Are you familiar with what the other movie, LeBron James movie?
LeBron James has a movie.
I do believe it was the one with Looney Tunes.
Oh,
Space Jam. There you go. And
Wait. Hold on.
That's-
You thought of Space Jam, and the first one out of your mouth was LeBron James, as opposed to Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me,
No,
Dylus?
no, because-
Really? The first your thought went to Space Jam 2? Are you shitting me, lad?
I mean it was an okay movie by the looks of it, but
What? You watched Space Jam 2 willingly?
no, actually I have not. I've only watched the previews, especially when the grandmother beats the clock demon and just
Oh my good gravy! It was a Michael Jordan thing, and your brain went to LeBron. Oh, good gravy! Oh gods!
so sorry. But hey, man, I mean, I would think of LeBron too if I saw him in the Fortnite shop. Like he was there, just rotating in his glory. I just hit the table, and that was.
Okay. Well, we need to get back to in focus here. Okay.
All right.
Macho space opera. So, what's our catalyst for this macho space opera?
So, now I would defer to your knowledge on how these events are usually run. So think of it as an intergalactic version of the competition, the tournaments that you go to actually, or like the events that you go to. So you gotta have that. You gotta have your feel, your heart injected into the story. Think of it as you're the pioneer of this. There is no such thing as LeBron James, right? So just take reality and put it into extra reality. There you go. I want to see.
Okay.
It turns out I may be
Chungus
I may be
has a
confusing
secret
Cornelius.
affair that Mr. Clean doesn't know about.
So LeBron James has a
He's
movie. Yeah,
madly
he
in
actually
love with
does.
one
He
of
actually
his,
does. It was. Let me just look up his cinematography.
praying
LeBron
mantis
James cinematography. All right, so
Dylus?
oh, sorry. It turns out the audience was asking a question. Sorry. May I come back to it? Can you repeat what you said?
Oh, Big Chungus has a secret affair with one of Mr. Clean's staff members, who
Ooh.
is a hot praying mantis girl.
Oh, a hot praying mantis girl. Wait, oh, I see what you're doing. You're setting up for a tragic turn of events. I see. With a hot praying mantis chick. Is she like an actual praying mantis, or is she like anthropomorphic praying mantis?
Comes from a planet of anthropomorphic praying mantises. Similar-ish to our planet's praying mantises, but like hot.
Ooh, I see. So what I'm
Boobs.
I see. So what I'm thinking of is a Pokemon that I'm quite familiar with. What was it called already? I don't remember, but there was a praying man.
I was thinking of a manga.
A
We don't have
manga.
to get into that.
Yeah, don't
Don't
know.
overthink it. Don't overthink it.
Oh
Don't
yeah. I just looked up hot praying mantis chick intro and
Wait, why?
why? Yeah, the first one I looked up has boobs.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. Okay, so let's see here. Big Chungus has an affair with a hot praying mantis chick who works for Mr. Clean. Alright, so and this hot praying mantis chick, let's see if we can add in a little spicy bit of twist. The hot praying mantis chick that let's call him the PMC, right? Alright, so what I think.
Okay, yeah, PMC.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
PMC works, but I feel like the PMC could be a double agent for another sponsor, and she's trying to get him to switch sides from Big Chungus to from Mr. Clean to Let me think.
What's the synonym for clean again? Yeah, let me look at power thesaurus.
Mr. Clean. Let me see here. What is it? Clean.
Let's see. What's a
Var-
synonym for this? Mr. Pure.
Mr. Pure. I was thinking maybe we could go for Mr. Pure actually does trying to seduce BC into working with Mr. Pure.
Yeah, so basically another power washing company.
Wait, isn't it just redundant?
No, it's like competition.
Wait, Mr. Clean and Mr. Pure. Mr. Pure is like, I believe like Mr. Clean is bald already, but Mr. Pure's baldness has like, it shines. It actually is like a spotlight. His
He's
head,
just hairless.
he's just hairless
Yeah,
everywhere.
Mr. Clean. Who knows if he has a giant bush down there?
Oh,
But Mr. Pure will prove that he's sparkling all over.
He's the golden god basically. So Mr. Pure, how about we set this up because both of them are like related to each other, right? How about we actually make them relatives? So Mr. Pure, right? Mr. Pure is the brother. Is the uncle of Mr. Clean. So
We'll see. I was thinking of we'll see. Yeah.
All right,
I was
so
thinking we could make this into a bit of a plot twist, but why not?
wait, which one is gonna be the plot twist?
No, I was thinking of like maybe Mr. Pure and Mr. Clean. Their relation is far closer than people realize.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
we'll get to that first.
we'll get to that.
later, I think.
All right, so
Okay.
now it's your turn.
Okay.
Right, everybody.
Still don't really have.
You do not.
Okay, yeah. I suppose the catalyst is PMC trying to seduce a big chungus. Now, how will they do that? How will he try to seduce? Let's see. How would a praying mantis attempt to seduce a man who just keeps pooping?
Pheromones basically, and she's trying to appeal like she knows Big Chungus is a bit Big Chungus is a little bit of the foul side on the outside, but there's a good heart beneath, you know.
Wait, no, we're switching this up.
Huh?
No, we're switching this up. It's not hot praying mantis. It's a hot scarab beetle chick.
Oh, no. Wait, isn't it just dung beetle? Is it dung beetle or scarab?
Same thing. I'm just using the sexier name.
Okay, scarab. Yes.
Okay. She calls herself a scarab, and he ends up saying dung beetle, which annoys her.
Oh.
But she's sun about it. So like that establishes that weird little relationship that they have.
I see. So her name. How about we make your name Scarab? Scarab is just like a really cool name, right?
It's like naming. That's like a scarab beetle calling themselves Scarab is like a human calling themselves John. Let's go for it.
Or Chris.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe it's a scarab with a K.
Yeah, this is like a John Doe case, you know. It's trying to
scarab with a K.
Yeah, there we go. Now that is cool. So yes, there we go. Now what is the twist here now? What is the main conflict? What will Mr. Chungus fight in the ring to test his loyalty?
No, we're doing wrestling stuff.
Are we? Or are we like? Is this
We
gonna?
can.
We can maybe like it's a catalyst, like the start of it, and then Scarab just kind of says like, if you lose this match, I can get you working with Mr. Pure. You know that kind of feel. You know.
Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, so we have to figure out how does Scarab seduces Chungus to work for Mr. Pure now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let's see how. So. How? Drawing a bit of a blank here, my man.
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
Maybe Big Chungus is a bit harder to seduce with money. So Scarab needs to go for something a bit more personal, trying to play off Big Chungus's heart. You know, so
I know. Okay, there's a reason why I mentioned a scarab, right?
aha, why? What is that actually?
So the thing is that Chungus has always been self-conscious about the fact that he leaves a gigantic trail of poo, right?
Yes, there you
Who
go.
better to collect all the poo than a scarab beetle?
Aha, there you go.
So by her nature, he is incredibly attracted to her. Because like, who better to collect, you know, the gigantic trail, the long trail of poo, than a scarab beetle? And you can just collect that, and she can just make it into a round thing.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Super. That sounds really good. It's like a match made in heaven, right?
Exactly. That's why it's gonna.
So a
be
match
Scarab.
made in heaven, all the easier for Big Chungus to fall into Scarab's traps. So, what will be like the offer actually, or what will galvanize the plot? Also, by the way, we have 3 minutes left.
Oh shit.
Okay.
I suppose. I know.
Type it out.
Oh, it's me. I forgot. I can type.
Yeah, write it out.
You know what? We don't have much time, so we're just gonna go for it. BC confronts Mr. Clean that he will quit and join. He will quit. He will go to Mr. Pure's.
Ooh.
And he will be Mr. Pure's sponsor instead. But there's a twist.
Oh, what's the twist actually? What's the twist? Let me see. So now it's my
Everyone
turn.
thinks that Mr. Pure is the uncle of Mr. Clean,
Ah,
and everyone thinks that way. But
what is Mr. Pure?
Mr. Pure is Mr. Clean.
Ooh, Mr. Pierce, Mr. Clean. Wait, what? It's just a U-turn.
Yes.
Oh,
And
whoa!
it turns out, Scarab was just using this ruse, this little legend, in order to get closer to BC, because she wants him all for himself.
Wait, what? Wait, she wants Mr. Clean?
No, she wants Big Chungus all
Oh.
for herself.
So she wants Oh, yes, because Mr.
Get
Pierce.
it, get it.
I see, because it's like a loyalty test, you know? If
Because he's free poop.
Oh, I see. Very interesting. I see.
Yeah.
This is quite exciting that you're going for the other competition, but the competition is quite literally just your lawyer, just your employer.
Yeah, so like that's the little, so that's like I suppose like the twist to it all. The fact that there are two companies was a red herring all along.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. And okay, so now that we got Mr. Clear, so now we gotta lay now Scarab's intention to lay clear what is going to be the conflict, or at least like the ending to this, or at least I don't know, conflict. We only got 20 seconds left.
Oh, somehow, some way, whilst Mr. Pure tries to get BC to safety, Scarab has already laid a trap to kidnap him. And there we go.
Oh my god! Scarab tries to kidnap Mr. BC, and there you go. The timer is up.
Oh god.
Oh god.
What have we done?
All right.
What have I done?
What have we done? This is a chilling story. This is like a thriller.
Oh yeah. Turns out, every macho space opera is actually through them.
So basically, hot Scarab chick. Don't look this up. Don't look this up, viewers. You might traumatize yourself.
Or do.
Yeah, oh.
If you're 18, who are we to control you?
Yeah, basically, if you're 18 plus, you're legal by local rules. You know, you can look up whatever you want. You can look up weird pictures of me, Cornelius. I mean, what?
I mean, like I appear half naked on YouTube sometimes, so
It's
I'm
a-
not going to sport.
It's okay. All right, so. All right, now we got the basic outline. Let's recap what we have done so far. A trail of emo doo-doo. Big Chungus is a wrestler. He poos in the ring, so this is like with Big Chungus. And Mr. Clean is his overlord / sponsor. Big Chungus is having an affair with a hot scarab chick who works for... Oh, I spelled sponsor wrong. Who works for Mr. Clean. But Scarab has a secret agenda. She is trying to introduce Big Chungus into working with the rival Mr. Pure. But Mr. Pure is is the uncle of Mr. Clean and is the more successful. And so Big Chungus confronts Mr. Clean that he will be Mr. Pure's sponsor? Is it? Wait.
Yeah, it can be sponsored.
Oh, so basically sponsor is just like the person working under them, right?
No, it just literally is like the phrase, the meaning of the sponsor. Like, you know how some wrestlers are legitimately sponsored by certain different, like, you know, fitness companies or food companies, that sort of thing.
Oh, so basically he is like the sponsor lah. He is like
hello, like he's the ultimate marketing campaign in a way. You know, he leaves a trail of doo-doo. We have a company that can power wash the doo-doo away.
I see.
You know,
So
free advertisement in that sense.
okay, but then all right. So from this, then the twist is Mr. Pure is Mr. Clean, and then after that, Scarab tries to kidnap Big Chungus, and a dramatic cliffhanger where we will not know what happens to BC. All right,
Maybe that one will be for a future.
a future.
Maybe that sequel will be for the future, but that will be only for Patreons.
This is giving me wrestling throwbacks. Oh no, definitely. It's very dramatic, Pochik. So
Really, this is wrestling throwbacks. Okay.
I don't know where we're going anymore.
Yeah, is this to do with wrestling anymore? It's
Yeah. In my youth, my luchador name was the Black Cat. Wait, Ooh.
She
Yeah, basically, yeah, like
used to grapple.
yeah, I used to grapple as well. So how do you come up with like before I move on into the writing, how do you actually come up with like your stage name, like your uptown lowlife? How do you actually come up with those stage names for yourself?
Oh well, you know, I was born in Damaso Uptown. What better name for myself than Cornelius? You know.
I see.
And then like I already had the surname Low, like on my ID. And I decided what's a fancy appropriate name for an uptown lowlife? Cornelius, of course.
I see. Yes, that
You
actually.
can roll the R's. You can make it sound incredibly fancy. It's an incredibly rare name, and
Very Roman, you know. Very
absolutely.
very
Fancy.
very,
I have a house in America and all that.
it's a very Gaius name, very Gaius. I don't remember what the other Roman's name. It's a very Caesar name, you know. Just don't don't get stabbed in the back.
Oh yes.
So yeah, basically I can see where it's coming from because I believe a lot of people in the business like you will come up with their own names and whatnot, and they try and develop themselves. But usually,
I've heard some terrible ones. I've heard some terrible ones.
all right,
you know.
would you like to tell us some terrible ones?
Okay. Well, obviously, some of the more well-known, really bad ones is going to be something like a. I remember there was a very famous wrestler that used to go by the name of Terra Rising. That's a pretty famous one. If you're talking about one that's locally, I don't mind saying this because he's not really active anymore. There was a guy that attempted. This was obviously not. He never debuted with his name, because once you hear the name, you will question life. And that name was Warnage.
What?
He wanted to call himself Warnage. So
Ooh.
Warnage. When I first heard that, I was like,
What, like
what about you? What about you? Says War and Carnage. You look like like you're going to sell me newspapers on the streets of Kuala Lumpur. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's like I believe that name is just as edgy as like freaking Shadow the Hedgehog.
Like yeah, like even like Marvel Max's comic series will think like that's a stupid name.
Warnage. It sounds like a video
Yeah.
game name. It's like if I wanted to make like a really hyper adrenaline masculine game, I would name it Warnage because
Yeah,
you know
it
that.
sounds like it sounds like it'll be something that will come up on r/hobby drama or something like that.
It just
Yeah.
appears on Reddit because, let's face it, it's already just as bad as it is. So the guy you said looks like what, a pencil? Oh, it's like.
I wasn't gonna call him that, but yeah.
I'm so
Actually-
sorry.
Actually, you hit it right on the dot. Actually, yeah, he just didn't have the look just yet. You know, everyone's. No, I'm not touting myself as an Adonis either, but there's a reason why I'm going by like Cornelius Low and not Muscle Make Muscles. Okay.
See, there's a certain charm to you that I like. That you're humble in the name of your choice. Like Uptown Lowlife is a cool name, but it's also tempered by the fact that it is based off what you are in real life, and it's not trying to be too super cool, right? It's cool.
course.
It is cool, but it's cool in itself and how you prove that name. But yeah,
I
but
never wanted to be cool. I just wanted to win matches. You know.
Ah.
Bribery, as I mentioned. There.
yeah, and then no problem. I understand. I understand bribery gets you a lot of winning. So
Hold
that
on, I'm drinking my whiskey.
okay. And let me just take out my illegal moonshine.
It's 9:45 p.m. Of course, I'm drinking whiskey.
This moonshine tastes like
Don't
shit.
die on me yet, Dylus.
The-
We have a story. To
I
write.
know, but this moonshine tastes like shit. And this is the only time. This is the only time I'm gonna drink. So Pochik here says my signature move was Hurricane Rana, and
Hurricane Rana, yes.
and she didn't know how she didn't break her neck, and that actually leads to another point. Okay, so before I ask you the next question, how about we start you off with the main writing, and why don't you start with the first paragraph? Let's see what you can come up with, and in that time I would like to know, would you like to be asked questions while you write, or would you like to be not disturbed?
Try you asking me some cues whilst I do my doobly doo.
Yes.
Okay,
like-
let me attempt this. It's been a while.
okay, so are you okay if I ask you questions while you write?
Shoot.
All right, so let me just start the timer. You ready? You ready? You ready to rumble? Oh, there you go. Okay, he's already starting. Okay, so all right, so physical injuries are quite common. It's quite common in wrestling, right? So since it potentially can be just as dangerous as in very rough and tumble sports like American football. What are the measures that are taken to like safeguard your health and your body? Like you are supposed to take the hits because it's gotta be real, right? It's gotta be visceral for the audience around it. But what are the safety measures that the referees and the staff take to ensure that you guys are not seriously injured?
Oh, okay. So there is a distinction that we have in pro wrestling when it comes to being hurt and being injured. There is a distinction there.
Ah.
So essentially we've been conditioned to the point where like we accept hurt, but if it's an injury, injury will be things like your neck broken, your arm broken, you torn a muscle, things that will basically inhibit you from outright wrestling, something like that. Then there'll be a referee stoppage as a result. We can still fight back out of forearm strikes, kicks to the head, your occasional going through a table, your occasional going through a ladder, your occasional going through the ring itself sometimes, your occasional falling off a cage, your occasional being cut with a knife, your occasional being hit with a keyboard. I've seen that before. That was really cool. Your occasional getting hit with chairs. Your occasional getting hit with a board that has cans cut in half. Your occasional. Wait, I've said occasional way too many times. I need to keep going and writing.
Yeah,
Like,
basically it's like a lot of things. Like a hammer hits you, and basically if you are if you feel, do you have to announce that you're injured, like through a safety word, or would you have to like,
there's code for that. Typically, if you see like this has been shown on screen before. If a wrestler legitimately puts his makes an X with her forearms, you know something's gone bad. Like really bad.
forearm?
That's an immediate referee stoppage.
Oh,
the,
so
the match cannot go on.
I see. So they cross their forearms and then
Give me say the first one you hit. Go.
The Trirana 5.
What?
Oh wait,
Say that word again. Sorry.
Tristana.
Say that word again.
Tristana. I I don't know why I was thinking of something else. I just need to look at the context. So yeah, basically, yeah, because I don't know. I don't want to be rude to say like comparisons, but I've seen a lot of what's it called, other places such as like the MMA, where the injuries can look like the hurt can be super like bloody, and the face will be completely smashed up. So and wrestling can also go to that extent, because as far as I know, my knowledge of wrestling comes from watching these old videos of big leagues like WWE, Raw, and playing some video games about it. But in that case, it doesn't usually come to that, right? Is that like a very rare occasion, or is it like a general prevention for that kind of bloodiness per se?
Wait, what's the question again?
But basically, the whole is the expansion of the earlier question about how, how the difference between hurt and injured, right? But even the hurt can have quite a fair bit of blood. So, does the blood also tend to be like an indication where a fight could be going out of hand because others?
If anything, it adds to the match. That's the excitement. I remember there was a very famous not a documentary, like a director's commentary of a particular match between Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin. It was very interesting to see the way he was talking about blood actually in that match, because he basically said that the blood really added to the drama and effect of the match. That's when things really started to turn. That's when things really started to turn south for Austin, and he was really struggling as a result. And he felt that the blood actually enhanced the story of the match, basically.
I see. So in what way does it add to the match besides being more dramatic, actually?
Oh yes, absolutely. I mean, the moment you see blood, you know shit's gonna go south. But how south, you don't know. It is a fine line basically between dramatizing things and leading the audience on and really keeping them enthralled, and outright horrifying them. There's a real violence where you yes, you are trying to like really attract them with the blood, but at the same time you're also trying not to like genuinely get them barfing all over. Which speaking of barfing, I need to write that down. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice segue to
the
that.
audience left trails of puke when he did his.
Sorry, viewers, I'm coughing a little bit, so I'll keep my voice a little bit under wraps. So I apologize for that.
Then
you might not be able to see my mouth movements because I'm wearing a mask.
They were given charcoal pills to to inhibit projectile vomit.
So yes, I hope you guys are getting.
How what
so I hope you guys are enjoying the view right now.
Usually does.
Let me
the formula is simple.
Ooh.
Keep asking me stuff if you need to. This is simple.
Yeah, no problem. It's just that I'm coughing a little bit, so I need to.
No problem.
I'm just sick. So anyway, yeah, that whole measure about injuries is done already, because now I understand it, and I think the audience knows about it. It's just that, what is the limit basically that you guys can take per se? It's not it's more like injuries, but there is a clear-cut limit on what you can take each session, right? Each tournament, right? And how long does it take for you guys to recover, just to be in time to be ready for like a next event and whatnot?
It does greatly depend. It does greatly depend. There'll be matches where like, oh, I'm just gonna walk and have dinner after the event's done.
Ah.
And then I know of one incident, compatriot of mine, a colleague. He was basically hospitalized.
Oh shit.
I mean, like, when falling off a ladder will do that to you. I guess.
Yeah, you just fall like
it was in a bit of a bad way. Like his fingers were shaking and all that. After the match, of course.
Ouch.
Walk.
Yeah.
Right after the match. That was pretty concerning.
Oh good lord, yeah.
Shit happens.
Yeah, basically,
we try our best to mitigate the danger, but when you are the danger, yeah.
I mean, Walter.
We do sacrifice our bodies. That is for certain.
Yeah.
We really, really do. Yeah. It does depend on the type of match. Most certainly. I'm okay, understand. I'm a technical wrestler at heart, so that basically means that I tend to just basically just grab you, pin you down, and like pretzel you essentially.
Ah.
It's safe. It's sexy even.
Yes, I
I
understand.
don't have to like fucking like take chair shots to the head. Essentially, yes.
Okay, so like in terms of your opponents, because not every opponent you face, not every competitor, and not every other wrestler shares your technical style, your sexy grappling style, which I do want to experience one day.
Euphemism for poo.
Pooh unleashes his chocolate starfish.
Oh yes.
I was thinking of Fred Durst at the time. I apologize for asking this, but
Leaving trails of brown ungoodness.
all right, so I do have to apologize if the topic is a bit nauseating, but you know what? It was just us. Oh yeah.
Apologies. I am having some trouble like typing and listening to you.
No issues. It's just that I wanted to ask some questions, so I'll let you finish out this paragraph, then I'll ask you a bit more. Is that okay? So
okay. Yeah, but just keep chatting.
Yeah, because not every wrestler has that same technical style as you have. There are other people who prefer, slamming a chair on your head, being like a complete madman, or just being very flashy with their moves. I believe the Japanese call it Roman moves, like another game. But I get this, like more flashy than actually practical. Amongst the people that you fought, right, or at least the people you met, including Warnage. I despise bringing him up because the pencil joke. What was like the most noteworthy style that you have noticed in your history of wrestling, or at least like the one that seemed very brutal, special, or likewise just very flashy in comparison to yours?
Oh, the style that's in contrast to mine. I mean, obviously it's going to be the high flyers.
Ooh.
I think I'm just right size to be a high flyer, but like. If I see something, the way I very much approach it like, in a practical sense. If I see someone flying at my face, I'm going to move.
Oh.
If there's someone going to attempt to do a crossbody on me, I'm going to move, or better yet, catch them and then grab and then twist them into an armbar or worse, essentially.
Oh wow.
But there is a certain joy to be a high flyer because you get to soar in the skies and just crash land onto people. It is good fun.
I see. All right. So that's very interesting to know. Now,
so I do enjoy watching high flyers more for the fact that I can just laugh at them at the EDC.
It's like they're predictable, but they just look so fun while they're doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, that is incredible. You crash land.
So yeah, that basically high flyer.
Mad, you idiot.
See. So basically, high flyers sell it all on the flashy part. Whether it actually catches someone is closer to like what 70-30%, what 30 to 70%.
We try to make it. We try to make it like 100%. Because what high flyer doesn't want to like hit their target. If they don't hit their target, guess what they're hitting?
The floor. I was gonna.
You can't fake the floor.
It's either the floor or like If it's very
God,
unfortunate.
railings is a
Oh,
nightmare to land on. Trust me.
like are you talking about like the railing poles or like the actual like stretchy railings?
Like the railings that's that covers the circumference of the ring. Essentially.
yeah. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh,
Yeah,
that really just gives me like.
Usually those things are not padded at all. I don't know why they're not padded. To be perfectly honest with you. Or you crash on the audience member. That's a bit better. No, a lot better actually.
Yeah, actually, that's a lot better. It's like that scene from Avengers. It's like that scene where Thanos was like, "I'm sorry, little one," and it's just like, just kills Gamora. Just like cushioning the blow. You are Thanos, and the other person you landed on is literally just Gamora. That is just such a terrifying That's such a terrifying analogy, but you know what? I like it. All right, so yeah, just continue writing on. I want to see, I want to see what you have. And you know what? I really like the way you write. It's very much like you're very much it's the painting the scene that I can see to my to my I wouldn't like to say poopy delight, but you know what? It's very fascinating to imagine this. But the smell is not that bad actually. I smell quite worse. Once you've been inside a giant monster, things start to stop.
Giant monster.
Yeah, pretty much. Giant snake, giant sea serpents. You know, sometimes they come out the coast. Sometimes you gotta plant bombs in them, and their guts don't smell the best. Ever seen a whale explode? And then the smell that washes over the beach like a few hours later, like all the descriptions. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It is very nauseous. It's super bad.
Ooh,
Yeah.
interesting. Wow. Did you have to like eat the whale to survive or something? Because I can't imagine you were in an ideal situation at the time.
No. We don't eat the whale. Usually I will have. Yeah, I got a mechanical arm. I can punch my way out of the thing, but there's a lot of flesh in between. So all we just use is concentrated explosives to like break out of the thing. But obviously you're gonna set off like all the gases inside like the whale, inside the sea creatures. So that's a huge risk.
You seem to be hinting that you've done this more than once, punching a spell of a whale.
I punch a few monsters, more than a few monsters. If they're not like splattered hits, they would probably be knocked around and coming back out really angrily. But if you do it inside on the fleshy inside, you probably do some massive damage to them, or they already did.
Okay, I'm about done with this paragraph. Like I've set the scene for what usually happens with big chunks matches. You want to take the second paragraph?
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll take the second paragraph. So, let me see here. Would you like to read this out, or would you like me to read it out?
I'll read it out.
Okay, sure. Read it out.
I know what my voice is good for. Okay.
Yes, I want you.
The trail of poo was serpentine all over the squared circle. This came as a shock initially to audiences of Tristana Wrestling Rampage, TWR. But as Big Chungus grappled on, he became an established part of the roster. The audience left trails of puke when he did his poopy thing, but then they were given charcoal pills to inhibit projectile vomiting. The formula is simple. Big Chungus wrestles his opponent, his anxiety spikes, his bowels unleashes his chocolate starfish on the mat, leaving trails of brown ungoodness all over the squared circle. Whether the poopy powerhouse wins or loses, the ending is always the same. Big Chungus' sponsor, Mr. Clean, brings in his crew of power washers to clean up the mess. And what a marvel they were, leaving the ring, the floor, even the audience were left sparkling clean with their power washing ways.
Oh, so you're painting the scene. So this is the prologue. Basically, you're establishing the mood. And now, in my part, let me see.
Yes, painting it brown. Sometimes anxiety is really bad.
Could be a bit of red in case he ate some curry.
That's true. That's true.
A match has just come to an end. Big Chungus standing tall over his defeated opponent, covered in his own. What other slang can we use for chocolate starfish? Because I was just I'm gonna introduce your what's it called, scarab into the scene.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Digested meals.
Oh, he's in his own defecation sensation.
We're going for it.
Oh my god, that actually works.
Yes, we're going for it. We're using all.
A forearm creature. Forearm being a forearm competitor from Isildur 40. Was it Isildur Hex? That was covered in his own defecation sensation.
We're gonna look for all synonyms and euphemisms.
Oh my god, it's gonna really be it's just gonna be a huge bro.
Isildur Hex.
Mercifully. Oh wait, what?
You wrote that Isildur Hex.
Isildur Hex, yeah. Isildur Hex, yeah. It's just a planet. Mercifully, the opponent was out cold, spared from the fate of smelling big chungus.
Oh, from smelling big chungus, finisher.
Finishing blow. The delightful dung. Door.
Dung drop. Delightful dung drop.
Dung drop.
Yeah.
Dropper. Dung dropper.
Delightful dung dropper. Yes. Top rope banzai drop. Let's go.
Oh god. Let me see.
You want a top rope banzai drop?
Top rope. Wait, what is that actually?
So imagine the poopy powerhouse standing on the top rope. Because believe it or not, he's actually not that big a dude. He's like average size.
Yeah.
And he's standing on top rope. The opponent's on the mat. Big Chungus makes a big leap.
Oh.
And he basically slams his ass on the opponent's face.
It's just like a ground pound, basically.
Yeah, it's basically a ground pound.
It's a ground pound, but like the anxiety just wells up as a big chunk. It's like
it's like small armies move actually. Yeah.
It's a combination of small army and Wario's move where he does
exactly.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
It's a top rope butt drop essentially, with the
I see.
But it's the power washer for poop that will come out as a result.
Ah, I see. To the crowd.
Stream of pure fecal matter raining down Isildur Hex's throat, essentially.
No, the planet he comes from is Isildur Hex.
Okay.
What's it called? Now victim the crowd cheer.
Yeah, I need to remember that this is a macho space opera.
Did you forget for a moment we were in space?
No, I'm actually not sure where exactly we are, like location.
Yeah, no problem.
Is this Earth? Is this Isildur? Is this Mars?
Yeah, basically, I would like to say we're like a spaceborne, like a space station. There's like a wrestling. There's like a wrestling arena, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Lovely.
They booed him savagely, whilst cheering on the victorious Big Chungus as the referee, clad in a hazmat suit.
I suppose that's gonna be it.
No, wait. I need to make this more dramatic. Military grade hazmat suit. Hazmat power suit. Handed him a shining belt. Made of up high in the... Wait, okay, so your sponsors, right? Would they actually watch you while they play?
They come out.
Oh,
After as the match ends.
oh, so let's say because it's like the overlord up high. Do they have like for some arenas? Do they have like an area where people actually look down from below?
Oh sure, why not?
Yeah,
It's a big stadium.
yeah, it's like Thor Ragnarok, right? You remember Jeff Goldblum in like his little seating area where he watches the Hulk?
Yes, yes. There's a name for that thing. I forgot what it was, but yes, we'll do that.
Oh yes, up high up above the arena, sitting
I think it's a what's it called? Stadium box. I need to check.
an intimidating rafter. Is it rafter? I believe it's called rafter. No, rafter is something else. Up high above the ring, inside a box. Mr. Clean class dance his fingers around on the table.
It's called
Table.
skyboxes, by the way.
Wherein he sat
called skybox.
in his skybox, awaiting the moment when his impeccably immaculate impeccably immaculate cleanup crew. Okay, yeah, this is the fun part. Like, personally, I don't know because cleanup crew was like my my Apex team name, so using it is some sort of like nostalgia trip. But seeing it used in like the proper context is so weird.
You have a crew called the cleanup crew?
Yeah, basically we were someone in the chat earlier on. My name was Soji. He was actually my team member in the Apex tournament. So the cleanup crew was just it was something that we kind of came out with, and we didn't win, but we got second place, so it was pretty good. Yeah.
I was in an Apex tournament as well. You know what my team's name was?
Oh yeah, shoot it. I think I saw it as well.
We were called Popcorn Rice.
Popcorn Rice.
Because we had a teammate named Bopple Doppel. And then we have corn, and then we have rice. This was a grain of rice.
Oh
so
yeah.
Of course we were gonna be called Popcorn Rice.
Oh yeah, Bobble Doppel. I remember them because I think they were playing Halo once, but I do remember Rice Desu as well. So what place do you guys get into like in the Apex tournament actually?
I think we were like around the middle. Yeah, we were like somewhere like literally right average. I think we basically had to rely on Bopple Doppel. He was like he's borderline a pro in the game, so we had to like rely on him and his bow check archery ways essentially. So many folks were using the bow check in that tournament.
Oh yeah, that another victory, another spat of successful advertising. What else could go? He laughed. We didn't. He laughed. He laughed heartily. Laughs so that his investors. He has like a board of investors with him as well. He's like started laughing too. Someone else joined in. A sensual young lady of insectoid proportions who worked tirelessly under the big man, the big C, the big C.
Okay, if that's what you want to call him.
Scarab. Intern. No, wait. Scarab. The most... That's it. Her mandibles chittered. But more of her... What was... Okay, so there was a particular point of view, right? Like, insects have a particular set of eyes. What was it called already?
I'm not an entomologist.
It's okay. We don't need to be an entomologist. We just need to dissect them a little bit. Let me insect eyes mean compound.
Bejeweled.
Yeah.
Right.
But
all right.
her compound eyes were focused on a sight more worthy than just mere advertising. Big Chungus, her dearest beloved. A stinky beloved. There you go. I like this actually. This is actually pretty good. All right.
Dearest, odorous beloved. Can we make it odorous?
Odorous beloved.
Yes.
Odorous beloved. Is it correct?
Yes, we're writing high art here.
Yeah, this is high art. Yeah, it's like it's like the difference between our paragraph is actually quite cool that I'm looking at it. But I'll leave you to the second paragraph while I read out this one. A match has just come to an end. Big Chungus stood tall over his defeated opponent, a four-arm competitor from Isidil Hex that was covered in his own defecation sensation. I gotta say it in a more epic way. In his own defecation sensation. Mercifully, the opponent was out cold, spared from the fate from Big Chungus's finishing blow, the delightful dung dropper, the Triple D for short. And now, victim to the crowd's jeers, they booed him savagely, whilst cheering on the victorious Big Chungus as the referee, clad in a military-grade hazmat power suit, handed him a shining belt. Up above the ring, Mr. Clean danced his fingers around on a table. He sat in his skybox, awaiting the moment when his impeccably immaculate cleanup crew would vaporize his restless waste from the ring. Another victory, another span of successful advertising. What else could go wrong? He laughed heartily, laughed so loud that his investors started laughing too. Someone else joined in, a sensual young lady of insectoid proportions who worked tirelessly under the big C. Her mandibles chittered, but her compound eyes were focused on a sight more worthy than just mere advertising. Big Chungus, her dearest, odorous beloved. There you go. I actually like reading that. Alright, so now that I think about it, so basically how can I say this without violating an NDA?
What?
How many sponsors have you worked for, basically, over the course of your career?
I'm a professional wrestler in a country where professional wrestling has only existed for barely 5 years.
I mean,
yes, maybe some pro wrestling companies in Malaysia has some sponsorships. I'm not at the level where I have sponsorships yet. I'll be very, very frank with you.
You got the you, my man, have the personality that should be under sponsorship. So I'm really surprised that actually, like, well, 5 years in Malaysia, of course, I can understand why there wouldn't be any companies big on like sponsoring wrestlers from here. But you know, it could be like a Mr. Clean situation, right? It could be another company not entirely associated with wrestling. It's just like they thought it could be a good.
If you're saying of the other Malaysian wrestlers that have sponsors, actually there is actually. Like for example, North Phoenix Diana, the world's first hijabi female professional wrestler. I believe she's sponsored by Fitbit currently.
Oh, Fitbit.
Yeah, she was a big deal actually when she blew up. I would know. I was literally her first title defense when she won her first championship. She got viral. She got very, very viral. This is how viral it got. I went to Manila for an event at one point for a wrestling show, and I was in the hotel room just TV surfing. I legitimately saw an advertisement for No Phoenix Diana on TLC there. I didn't realize that she would like appear on TLC in Manila. Okay. Philippines. Like, this was a different country too. Like, she wasn't even. Was she even there for the event? I think she was, but like it was shocking to see. Essentially.
Oh yeah, that does sound really
now
cool.
She's got sponsorships from actually a fairly few different companies. Most notably Fitbit. I believe. Yes.
That sounds really super cool actually, cause you know it takes some time, especially from our country, to like adopt something new as a way of sponsorship. We can come up with ideas, but a lot of us are just like, you know, the old ways work better, right? So to hear this coming from you, it's quite promising, and all the more surprising that you, my man, do not have a sponsor.
I would love to be sponsored, and I can, like, you know, and expenses can go down for me and stuff, and improve my worth, my brand value. This does take time. This does. take time and some effort, and I've made my peace that if I don't go as far, I don't go further compared to certain other wrestlers. After all, like put it this way, I would not be doing VTubing if I thought that I could go further in professional wrestling. I'm being very, very frank here. I have certain things that's happened to me that does genuinely limit me a little bit when it comes to pro wrestling. I'll be very, very honest with you. I know my body well. I know where I am at the point of my life. So here's one thing I'll say though. Cornelius Lowe does continue on as Cornelius Lowe, whether he's a pro wrestler or not. Let's put it that way.
I see. Well, it's understandable considering it is a very physical heavy sport, and while I'm not the best image of physical image, technically I am because I have to carry rifles. I would see how an activity, sports like this can be very physically strenuous. It does give me like a sense of admiration for you guys because you're able to maintain your body for a very long time, and even if you know the limits of your body, you're still able to either work at it consistently or learn how to work with your body to a point where what seems like your limit actually isn't, if you get what I mean. So it is quite admirable as well. So in that way, what do you do to prepare yourself for like a match actually?
Oh,
Yes.
have a game plan, condition your body,
I see.
and show no mercy.
I see. So what do you condition your body with actually? Like the screams of your enemy?
Oh, no, silly treadmill. Or cycling machine. Yeah. Believe it or not, this is actually advice I would give to any burgeoning pro wrestling trainee. Cardio.
Ooh.
You wanna grapple? You run first, please.
I see.
You wanna toss people around? Go on, work on your cardio, please. You wanna do all these fancy submission moves and fly around the square circle? Work on your cardio.
All right, audience.
If you don't have the cardio for this, you don't wrestle.
Because
That's just facts of life.
I see. Because as I understand it, cardio is like the foundation. It's like how you move around, right? How you support weight and whatnot. Is that correct?
Yeah, essentially, like you need that gas tank inside you in order to move around, in order to keep up with your opponent, in order to protect each other, in order to do everything at 100% from the start of the match to the ending of the match.
I see.
I can't emphasize enough that if your cardio is short, it gets harder and harder for you as the match goes on by. I would know. I don't tout myself as having like the best of cardios, but I try to keep it up to snuff because I've been earlier on in my career I've been in situations where cardio wasn't that great, and there was a lesson learned.
I see. Yeah, that does make a lot of sense actually, because I'm also getting back into like basic workouts, and cardio is like one of the things I do focus on, mostly because with some shit in the last wow, the theatrical is really just spitting out over there as well. So yeah, that does sound really good actually to focus on cardio. So when you're done, let's say the audience has done that cardio, like let's say someone in the audience is like, the cardio is solid, where do you go to next actually?
What's after cardio?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, what's after that?
Oh, years and years of training. Like you don't stop learning, you don't stop training, you don't stop you don't stop working on your craft. Because I don't know how obvious it is, but there's a shit ton, literally a shit ton of techniques and concepts to learn in pro wrestling.
Nice.
It's a complicated art, and even what we consider like a basic match, there's so many things to learn and grasp and coordinate. It takes time to be a pro wrestler. I would say that it took me more than a year to put on a proper pro wrestling match. It took me more than a year. Some folks may be a bit shorter. For some folks, it could be longer. For me, it took a year because I needed all that time. I'm a slow learner. I'll be very honest with you.
Nice.
I'm like a slow cooker. It'll take me a while for me to tenderize that meat. But what came out was juicy and tender.
I see. Yeah, that does sound
Just like
really.
what came out of a Big Chungus' ass.
Yeah, basically, it's like your years are craft. So your years are craft. Keep on grinding. Yeah, the audience is already noting all your tips. I'm gonna give them advice. Just like yeah, you're giving them advice how to. Okay, I just see that pun. Oh my god, that pun is no pun intended. Shitty. Put ring on trail.
Yeah, I
That's-
don't know how to feel about that, but like I go with
Don't.
do a big
His poop. How excited he was to feel his poop.
pee ball. No, the big dung ball. Big
Pooper gun trail.
dung ball.
No, keep it. I love it. So yeah, all right. So we're talking mostly about craft, and because I know craft is like, since craft is basically, what is it called already? Very personal. So I don't think we have, don't think we can go too in depth because eventually everybody tries to find their own craft to practice. So yeah, that's for everyone to discover, right? So what was without going too deep into your craft, what is the tenets of your technical style on the ring?
What's my what about the technical style?
Yeah. So how do you practice that kind of craft? What do you do to?
Oh, you grab trainees and you torture them, of course.
I see. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, like when trainees come in and you're like, oh, Mr. Low, oh, I'm a big fan. Oh, I can't wait to train. And I'm like, yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I would imagine you would have left like a trail of chaos. Good thing someone's covering up for you there.
Sometimes you just grab a trainee. Hey, I need to work on my form, so I can just like and if they're on the ground, that means I've done a job well done. They've actually offered their bodies to me, and I get to like practice my strikes on them, and they're on the floor unconscious, and I'm grateful for that.
Offer their bodies to you?
Yeah, as in like I grab their neck, I wave at them hello, and I knock them out.
I see. You know,
I can't afford to miss my strikes.
even on children? Oh, is it especially on children?
No. Adults and teenagers who signed who signed the waiver.
I see. Yeah.
So either those two categories. Yeah.
I see.
No, I don't hit kids. What am I, a monster?
Sometimes you just gotta take the shot, you know.
Yeah. Sus Dylus. Sus.
Sus mode? No.
Why are you saying sus things?
Mercenary life is very everything that you see about me is about like 50%, about 60% of it is covered in black ink. You will probably not be able to find the worst thing I've done in my life. There's a lot of things that we do for money. So yeah. How about we keep going? No. Yeah. No problem. Just keep going, and I don't have to reveal any parts of that black ink. You know.
You know what? Sorry.
Just okay. I don't need to reveal anything that I've done in the past. It's fine. It's all fine.
How big should the ball be? How big should the dung ball be?
Basically, if you're
What are we
talking, how big is Scarab gonna be actually? We gotta put proportions because one of the things that writers usually do is they don't provide a set of skills. So how tall is she? Is she the size?
Taller than Big Chungus.
Taller than Big Chunkus. Oh, that's actually really tall. That ball will be huge, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, that ball will be big.
Give me an object. Give me a noun.
Give me a noun.
Just be logical about this. Don't say shopping mall.
Into wrecking ball.
To a wrecking ball.
Hey, it works.
To a wrecking ball. To a wrecking ball.
Just like a wrecking ball.
Size dung ball.
Oh my god, that's huge.
There.
Oh my god, Scarab is quite literally the what's it called? Scarab is quite literally the what would you call it already? My brain is not working already. What was that? What was that Greek mythology where it had the person rolling up the hill forever? I don't remember what it was called already. But I'm pretty sure Scarab is that person right now. That person who keeps rolling out the ball up the hill. This is.
Sisyphus, yes.
Yeah,
But
Sisyphus.
this is not a Sisyphean effort by her. No. If anything, this is like a
Walk in the park.
Nah. I suppose like a walk in the park. Yes.
I see. Yeah, no problem. That it is indeed a walk in the park. But you know what? To anybody else, it could always just been a Sisyphean. What's it called? Sisyphean effort. You know, could be to anybody. Which is part of the on ring persona. And speaking of which, let's talk about personas a little bit on the ring, right? We have seen your real self. Yeah, I'm just gonna say you're like the realest wrestler I know so far.
The IRL model.
Yeah, the IRL model. You live and breathe Big Chungus. But concerning your other comrades, right? What's it called? Which one has a persona that you would say that Kfabe that might be more extreme than you? You know?
No, really. If you're talking about someone within Malaysia alone, or do I want to say regionally? No, I'm going to say regionally actually, because there is someone I have in mind that I both admire and abhor, and his name is the Butcher Man.
Oh.
Yes. His name is basically that. I think he is a cannibal. I mean, like his white shirt is all bloody. He looks like he's mad. He carries around a bloody a cleaver. He swings it around in Singapore. He's based in Singapore. He's part of a tag team called the Horrors. You know. I think he's a cannibal. He likes to bite people in the ring.
Oh God!
Yeah, like myself. I'm actually a biter as well, a fellow biter. But he's grim and grungy and dirty. And he keeps using that clip of him putting me through the table all the time on his social media. Why? Just once or twice is enough. But every week, it's been weeks already, mind you. Every week, I see him posting social media of him putting me through a table. How much are you going to fucking milk this Butcher Man?
Well, it's okay. The Butcher Man has a lot of slices of meat he can cut off from that huge leg of lamb, otherwise known as smashing you through the table. Which, you know what, it's working on you, my dude, because you're getting pretty excited about it. You know.
I want nothing more but to have a match with him one day, or to tag team with him. That too, in my own twisted mind. That'd be pretty neat to actually have a tag match with him and his tag team partner, Dr. Gore. His tag team partner's name is Dr. Gore. He's a good lad. I'm like Butcher Man. So either I face him, I face off against him, or I am with him. I know that the two of us can make magic. You should check out Butcher Man's promos. I'll send some to you.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, quite something.
Oh yeah, this is juicy.
Anyway, speaking of something, I'm done with this paragraph here.
Oh God, dude, that's amazing. All right, so as per tradition, you gotta read it.
All right. Mr. Clean nodded to Scarab, giving her the cue to head down to the ring. As the other power washers power washed, Scarab flew out of the skybox and onto the ring most number 2'd, to the Big Chungus, resting by the turnbuckle. Due to how close they were, it may seem like they were having a professional conversation concerning the cleanup. But Scarab whispered words most sumptuous and lustful. How excited she was to feel his poop-ridden trail, and to roll it up into a big dung ball, and roll her body all over it, and eventually roll herself all over him, in bed. Big Chungus covered his face with his poop-covered towel, hiding his blush. Scarab then did her magic, and rolled out the majority of the trail brown poopery into a wrecking ball-sized dung ball. She rolled it away like it was a walk in a poopy park, as a power washer sprayed down Big Chungus, who sighed in admiration of her insectoid beauty.
Ooh, that's beautiful. That rhymes like poetry, you know? I really, really like that. But guess now that we're 3 paragraphs in, and we got about 43 minutes in actually. We were talking for so long that originally like the timing was actually supposed to end like around here. But I guess we can do around 40. You want to do 40 minutes or do you want to do
I
like
have all
12?
night. I have
Yeah.
all night.
Yeah, let's okay, cause I don't want to exert myself because I'm not, I may not be smart, but I do know my body has limits, and tomorrow I gotta do this. So how about we do 21 minutes? Is that okay?
All right, all right. Yep.
All right, we got
Let's get to the good bits. shall
All
we?
right, let's get to the good bits, and let me see what I can do. All right. Let me just see up here. Days pass, and days pass since the match, and we find ourselves. Wait, what? We're just reserving to ourselves. Like it's like an opening. We find ourselves. My spelling is Cornelius is the next Shakespeare. Shakespeare rhyme quite well, you know. He just autocorrected the poop Oregon.
Oh yes, I am definitely the next.
We find
Shakespeare.
ourselves
Or rather
in
the shakes, or rather the shake the ass spear.
oh shake ass spear
Yeah, shake the ass spear.
shake ass spear. Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
We find ourselves a bedroom of big chungus.
I don't know if you're aware of this, Dylus, but like at one point, actually no, it's still considered pro wrestling is still considered a bit of a low entertainment, so to speak.
Oh,
Because there's been some grimy ass and distasteful nonsense that has happened in pro wrestling. Okay, okay, there's no question that, especially in the past, I think things these days are a bit more cleaned up for sure, more PC, so to speak. But back then, oh man, there was some tasteless nonsense going on.
oh God.
Some like the fun kind of tasteless, and some that's just like, no, why does this even happen kind of tasteless? You know, it runs the gamut. It runs the whole spectrum. Let me tell you.
Oh, of yeah. What is it
Some
called?
that's just outright illegal. Let me put it that way.
Oh no, it's like one of those
And
times.
some that's just pure fun. You know.
Yeah, so some of it can be pure fun, but I think the majority of it can actually be quite controversial and quite dangerous, actually. So, to your knowledge, like what can you say about like what can you bring up in these matters? These tasteless things. Let's air them out for the public to know, so they can boo on them and shit on them like Big Chungus does in this competition. But if you don't want to talk about it, maybe we can talk about it in more polite terms. Basically, what you found was concerning back then before the rules were.
Give me of an example of something tasteless that happened in a pro wrestling show.
Yes.
Oh, let's see. What's a decent one? I think this actually happened in WWE at one point. What's it? WCW, one of the big promotions. What was it called exactly? Let me just check very quickly. What was it called again? Oh, it was a dog. It was the Kennel from Hell match, basically. Yeah. So basically, what happened was I forgot exactly what it was. I never watched the match itself. But essentially, it was sort of like Hell in a Cell, where you had to escape the hell, essentially. But however, dogs were involved.
Dogs?
Yep.
Like actual dog?
Rottweilers, apparently.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So, they basically went in. They basically were let into the ring, and they surrounded. They were surrounded the ring essentially, and there was the cell. So the dogs were trapped with the wrestlers inside the cell essentially.
What?
The dogs basically just began to do dog things.
What the fuck? That's messed up, actually. Like, let's take it from me. I'm a person who, well, I am a monster hunter, so you see me killing wildlife quite a fair bit, but I draw the line at mistreating them. What we do when it comes to hunting is we hunt them where a danger to people. But when you put animals like Rottweilers in a ring, that is just super messed up. You're doing it for entertainment purposes.
Yeah, I never said it was a good idea. I didn't book this fucking match. But, so that's what I mean. When pro wrestling can sometimes get really down and dirty sometimes. dogs did what dogs did in that match, and I don't know who the hell booked this. Honestly speaking, pro wrestling was at a point where they were really trying to do whatever it took to grab the public's eye, and this was not one of the ones that people like to remember fondly. Let me tell you.
I see. Yeah, that I mean, like, think about it. Like practically, the idea of bringing animals into a place that is hostile to them innately because of like loud noises and whatnot, is gonna make them like attack people, right? So it's like the idea of bringing lions to like like the old time where they can. You remember the Goldwyn Mayer lion when they appears on the screen? Because I remember back then there was a story how the Goldwyn Mayer lion actually used to attack people when he was trying to do the shot for that logo opening. It was, by the way, it was not domesticated. It was trained but not domesticated. Rottweilers may be different, but I think the concept is still the same. You cannot make your gimmick animals and not expect something to go horribly wrong, because there are still animals. They will bite people.
Oh, yes.
Oh, they will eat people alive. And
oh yes. That's why something like the Big Cat act was like legislated in the USA actually at a certain point.
yeah,
Because it got to a certain point where there were so many big cats, like tigers and lions in USA alone. Okay.
yeah.
That literally a legal act had to be enacted in order to protect the public and to hold those owners of the big cats liable, essentially. You can look it up yourself. It's a wild story. I can't believe I know about this.
Yeah, it does remind me, like, big cats, were they like safely released? Because I do remember after that, some of the owners, they like panicked, they just released their big cats, and some of them could be seen in the wilds.
That's what's complicated actually about this, because put it this way, there are more generic what's the word, not tamed, but kept tigers, owned tigers in USA than there are tigers in the wild right now. I believe that, yeah, it got to that point.
Wait, in America itself?
In America itself, it's a crazy story. Can you tell I've used to research a little bit about nature stuff and all that jazz.
Don't worry about it.
I'm a bit of a nature guy, actually, believe it or not.
No.
So I've actually done my research on this. So yeah, there's literally more tigers being bred in USA than there are wild tigers anywhere else in the world.
I see.
So
It's
can
kind
you imagine if any of those big cats were accidentally released?
yeah, basically apex predators with no competition, and it's like the
It's rather tragic too, because like these tigers, they are you may have heard me use the word generic just now, because they're not like a specific subspecies. They're not Siberian, they're not Malayan, they're not Indo-Chinese. Because they've been crossbred with different species, you know, the owners didn't know any better. They're not the actual specific subspecies anymore. So you can't rewild these tigers.
oh
So they
my
have to
god.
be kept for life. It's an insane story. Why are we suddenly talking about tigers in USA? Okay,
No,
this
no.
is insane.
No, because I understand, because like it's tasteless, and it brings up like the other tasteless acts. So let's re-reel it back and let's see what other tasteless things have you
Yeah.
encountered in your profession.
Holy shit! You want to keep going? Really?
No, not the tigers. I mean, like the ones in your profession, other than the Rottweiler ones.
Tasteless things. The fact that pro wrestling can be a very boys' club sometimes does put me off quite a bit. I will be very honest with you.
I see.
I'm not gonna get into the specifics of this particular incident, or series of incidents actually, but to say that pro wrestling has a bit of a misogyny problem, even to this day, is not an exaggeration. It's like any other sport where where it's a bunch of guys, doing really tough and macho things. Sometimes that can get into people's heads, because we are doing something quite special, but some folks just get entitled about it and get a big head about it, and they end up doing stupid things, misogynistic things, or illegal things.
Oh god,
so
yeah.
it can get that bad.
Yeah. All right.
I like to think that it's better now because there's been a lot of people that rightfully called out pro wrestlers that did this sort of stupid shit, both outside of the industry and within the industry too. You know, I've literally been in online classes, online and workshops that have talked specifically about this issue. I have spoken to many fellow wrestlers about this issue, and you know everyone can unanimously agree that this is this boys club mindset needs to be one that is stamped out hard. You know, for the sake for the sake of keeping people safe. Never mind the sanctity of the fucking industry. I don't give a flying fuck if pro wrestling goes down the tank. I just want people to be safe.
I see.
So I don't know how obvious this is, but I like pro wrestling. I don't hold it up on a pedestal. I used to, but these days, due to whatever that's happened to me, due to the things I mentioned, I don't idolize pro wrestling anymore. There is a saying that you owe pro wrestling. To that I say fuck that noise.
I see.
Because pro wrestling owes me. What I don't owe pro wrestling nada. If anything, pro wrestling is taking stuff out of me. Pro wrestling has given me a lot of opportunities, but I don't have to owe pro wrestling anything. I can leave pro wrestling whenever I want. It is my choice to still stay on to be a pro wrestler. You know. So, yeah. So at one point, I was actually wondering whether I would leave pro wrestling forever and ever because of certain things I will discuss in my debut actually.
I see.
Yeah.
crusted cream brulee.
Yes. Yeah.
I need the
Now
crusted
we're getting back on track. Crusted
creme brulee of his rear.
Yes,
Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
And
Ooh, okay.
while the BC was real and was real, she was looking for more than just love here. Scarab was looking for opportunities to change her lover's flag. Such a wealth of knowledge. Such a bounty of bootylicious liquid.
Oh my.
Mr. Pierre would be very interested. Indeed, if only my man was wiser. There you go. I'm done.
I want to hear you read this.
Alright, days pass since the match. We find ourselves in the bedroom of Big Chungus. Across the walls, behind massive skid stains the size of Natalican Leviathans, were aged posters of wrestlers of yore. Legends upon legends who have all inspired Big Chungus in his pursuit of glory, especially under the guidance of Mr. Clean, and whom Scarab observed with a sharp gaze. Oh, I forgot to correct this. With a sharp gaze. She and the BC were just done with a night of this. I wrote this and then now I look back at it. I'm like, oh, this sounds much worse in my head. This sounds much worse. But she and the BC were just done with a night of steamy fecal foetus.
Yeah.
Feeling the yeah. By the way, everybody, reading this. This stream is for 18 years and above. So welcome. Filling the room with an overpowering stench that could be smelt blocks away. Well, for her it was for her it was a galactic haven. Many others had learned to pack up after fruitless complaints. Leveled towards Big Chungus, it left the wrestler alone in the area, wallowing in meaningless sobriety and, at most times, in his own third trickle. Mr. Clean came by occasionally to clean up the area, but it always ended up the same way. Big Chungus knew this, and so did Scarab. She surveyed the room, looking for hints of his history beneath the crusted creme brulee of his rear. While her love for the BC was real, she was looking for more than just love here. Scarab was looking for opportunities to change her lover's flag. Such a wealth of knowledge, such a bounty of bootylicious liquid. Mr. Pierre would be very interested indeed, if only my man was wiser. but that particular sentence is like not even she's not even referring him as a lover. It's just like my brother. It's like my man, my bro. I wish he was smarter, bro. All right, your turn.
All
We
right.
got 4 minutes left. Now, can you finish this up in 4 minutes?
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh jeez. Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. We're gonna give Mr. Cornelius here a vow of silence. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Then. Began her plan. Day by day, month after month, rocky road after rocky road. She whispered, nay, parted, sweet, seductive words of the Mr. Pure, how he can offer them more, offer more opportunities of fame and fortune and feces. Cleaning? Cleaning. Wait, you there, Dylus?
Yes, I'm giving you all the time you need.
Oh, okay.
There's just 3 minutes left.
Okay. Stop interrupting me. The master's at work.
I didn't even. He interrupted himself.
He,
Oh my god.
with an impulsive thought,
Amazing.
he
I like how we just I like how we just gaslighting him really. But yeah, that's I do hope you guys have enjoyed listening to this stream. It's incredibly weird, but you know what? I think this is actually a really good night. Actually, just having a lot, right? So this, you know what? Just seeing like all of this, it's really nice to actually work with like another what's it called? Another VTuber for writing. You know what? I'm more motivated now to do another one. But yes, Cornelius is a great opportunity to just learn about this as well. So yes. Thank you everybody for coming. And we've got 2 minutes left. Now can he do it in 2 minutes? 2 minutes, viewers. Can he do it in 2 minutes? Can Mr. Cornelius do this from 2 minutes? And will he be able to succeed to finish up the sentence? Because we're definitely gonna be left on a cliffhanger for this rate. Oh goodness gracious.
Having many.
So yeah, admittedly I was quite nervous about this, but you know what? That's gonna be fine. We'll talk about my feelings later.
Third one.
Yes. I'm excited.
His name is Mr. Oh shoot, Mr. Tidy.
1 minute 20 seconds.
Okay, fine. Tidy.
Let me just put on my scare face. There we go. I just want to torment him at this point.
Okay, Mr.
He's Russian. Oh, I'm getting a kick out of this.
BC was shocked.
This is a great story. I'm getting a kick out of this.
And went to his apartment in a days
Ooh. Yeah, this is exactly why.
wondering
40 seconds, 40 seconds.
his beloved would lie to him so
You wanna lie to me, Woody?
as when
Uh-oh.
his mind was most vulnerable.
Let's see.
and distracted. That was when
Okay, I got it. 17, 16, 15, 14,
when Scarab
13.
made her move. She
7, 6, 5,
she
4,
grabbed
3, 2,
grabbed
1. Time's up.
and I'm going. I'm gonna keep going.
Time's
I'm
up.
nearly done anyways. Shut up! I'm nearly I'm going.
Time's up.
Who are you to stop me?
I'm not. It's my iPad. It's stopping you.
What do you mean your iPad stopped?
I have an alarm on my iPad.
Oh, well,
No, never mind. No.
grabbed
Okay.
him and
Oh goodness, this is funny.
and
It's just
stuffed
funny, just messing around with people all
his
the time.
mouth with
But this is just really fun listening to this. You know what? I'm having
own-
lots of fun.
wait, I need more synonyms.
He
His own
needs more synonyms.
with his own
Why does he need more synonyms?
with his own what's the number for fainting?
Synonym for fainting?
Yeah.
Knocked out.
With his own
Wait, what?
yeah, because someone uses poop as like a knockout gas.
It was starting more with his own.
Bag
Uh.
of his own
I don't know.
own dazing defecation. Yes.
Oh, nice.
As his conscience slipped. That is when he finally realized why Scarab was so attracted to him. I pray you are finally mine.
My prayer finally mine.
She chittered.
I love this.
And his conscience faded. Here we go.
Uh-oh. The dog's entering the room. What is he doing? Oh, he's just hiding.
Never accepted into an agency at straight place. I've seen agency VTubers do some
Oh,
gnarly
but
ass shit. Are
you know what?
kidding me?
This may be gross, but I think this is creative. Thank you so much for tonight. Oh my goodness, we are
No
done.
problem.
Yeah, I think so. All right, so main right thing is done. I know I said 1 hour 30 minutes, but because I don't want to push myself too much, and I want to keep the creative juice flowing, let's take a look at how many words we've done. As everyone can see on the screen right now, we have done 899 words, just short of 1,000. But that's okay. That's fine. Every story can be concluded in like 50 words as well. So
Yeah, like 899. That's a light night for me. Please.
that's pretty good. Yeah, no problem. That 899 is also just like 15 minutes for me. Anyway, thank you for coming to the stream. How will you rate our attempts at writing a coherent story?
Poop out of 10.
I would give it a deep dongle tingler for that one as well. So I don't. That is an acronym for a bidet.
Oh God! Really, I didn't realize
It's
that.
not an acronym for bidet. It's just my very explicit name for. I guess it. I'm
You're
dying.
No, you're not.
I guess you can see why I wanted to end the stream because my cough is getting really bad.
Oh dear. Oh dear. All right. Let's finish this up, shall we?
Yeah, thank you so much for coming to the stream, though. All right. Oh, there's like a bug in my throat. Oh, I've eaten bugs, but not this bad. The one's with spikes on it.
Oh, maybe it's a dung beetle.
Oh God, yeah, I'm actually like dying.
Oh God, you're dying. Okay. Turn off the stream before we actually hear you die. We don't need that in our conference right now.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much for coming to the stream, Cornelius. Thank you so much for enlightening us about the world of wrestling, and it was my great pleasure to have you as my guest on the writing corner. So, I hope to work with you again in the future. It sounds so weird.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I hope to work with you again in the future. And as always, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon, Mr. Cornelius. You have anything else planned this week? I believe you have a schedule as well.
I was supposed to have like a Minecraft stream tomorrow, but I'm not too sure. I'm either going to reschedule it or just cancel it outright. Just a little FYI. And also, here's something interesting that you might want to look out for, Dylus. Next week, I don't know which day exactly, but I'm going to do a scuffed ASMR stream as per what I mentioned on my model reveal tweet thing. Basically, I'm going to do it. I mentioned scuffed because I'm not sure if it'll work out or not, but I'm gonna do it. I don't know how it will work out, but I'm gonna do it.
No problem. This ASMR is very nice.
Stop to titillate everyone.
Anyway, thank you so much. Okay, now my voice is coming back. So, would you like to do another? In case I offer you the opportunity to come back on a writing corner stream, would you like to do so?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, you can either continue the story or we can talk more about wrestling stuff because.
Oh my God, the sequel to this, yes.
Because I'm, from what I've heard, the world of wrestling is very, very interesting. Almost like VTubing, but a little bit more aggressive.
It's VTubing with severe injuries and decades more worth of skeletons in the closet.
Yeah, pretty much so. Like VTubing itself has a bunch of skeletons in its closets, which I have talked quite a.
It's nothing compared to pro wrestling, trust me.
Oh yeah, that pro wrestling has
VTubing's young. VTubing is young. Pro wrestling has gone back almost close to a century by now.
You can
There's
tell.
a lot of skeletons in that closet. VTubing has a lot to catch up on.
I like
so much.
I like the fact that you're just like looking at BTV. It's like you guys are fucking casuals. I love
Why
it.
do you think Why do you think my VTube Twitter is almost exclusively VTube related? I don't touch pro wrestling Twitter. Dylus, trust me, don't touch pro wrestling Twitter.
No, I don't. I
Don't.
already get headaches looking at VTV Twitter. I don't think I want to look at pro wrestling Twitter. Come on, man.
Good.
Anyway, I think that should be it. Thank you for coming again, and yeah, I'll move on to the chat screen. So, just bye. I don't even know how to say goodbye to you, Mr. Cornelius. Would you like?
Have a lovely night.
Yes, have a lovely night and glory be a day. Thank you. All right, everybody. I think at this point I'm gonna be coughing out blood. So I do want to say I'm really sorry that the last part of the stream was really cut out by the incessant coughing. Like, oh my goodness, I've been coughing so much I don't even know what on earth I'm doing. I have water still, but it's like something poking my throat, my dude. Oh goodness gracious. Anyway, if you want to read the story that we have made, we are going to put this up on oh no, that's not a good sound. Yeah, it does not sound like a good sound because I just drank water. Yeah, so I'm going to put the story up on Twitter, and after the stream is ended, so if you want to read this slightly nauseating story, you can do so. I'll just leave it up also on my thing, and I will see you guys next week. And oh, this will be made public. Oh, no problem, sir. Everything that we do on the writing corner is public. Yeah, that's basically it. I have no shame. Anyway, thank you everybody for coming. Oh, wait, what? Do you not want? Wait, I thought you wanted skill for a moment. Wait, do you not want this to be public, Mr. Cornelius? Fuck shame. Yeah, basically, the writing corner gimmick is that everything we write will be public. That you brought up Adiro, remember? That was public. This is gonna be public too. It can be public. Yes, it can be public. Yes. All right. So with that, that concludes that concludes tonight's stream, collab stream. So next, I will come up with the stream schedule by tomorrow, and hopefully we have some appear into my mind. Our mind, it's gonna be bad. So yes, good night. That's a firm good night. Thank you everybody for coming to stream. Good night and glory be your days, mercenaries. There's a just a foreshadowing for next week. I bought Metal Gear Rising, so we're gonna play that as our next campaign game. And with that, I'll leave it to you as that. Goodbye. Oh God.